Hello dear student, in this video I will teach you about introduction of the life processes, in-text questions answer, MCQs, assertion and reason based question for upcoming CBSE examination. Watch this video till end and don't forget to like and subscribe our channel and press the bell icon to never miss another update. So, in your junior classes, you have learned about the living things and non-living things, don't you? Living things are made up of cells. That means they have cellular organization of the body is the defining feature of the life form. These are the characteristics of the living organism. First, the cellular structure, nutrition, then the metabolism, respiration, movement, growth, reproduction, definite life cycle, protoplasm. These are actually the characteristics of the living being. If anyone asks you, what is life? How will you define? Life is cell-based, self-regulated complex system of the biomolecules where chemical reactions are going on all the time that leads to its maintenance, growth, responsiveness and reproduction. Now here you can see a tree and a log. That very log is derived from the tree also, but we consider tree is a living whereas log is considered as non-living. So what is going on inside the tree so that it is alive? That is nothing but the life processes. What do you mean by life processes? All those processes which are essential for maintenance of life and for maintenance of a state of order inside the body of organisms are known as life processes. These are nutrition, respiration, transportation and excretion. We can't consider reproduction as a life process because if anyone is not reproducing, they will remain alive unless they will complete their life cycle. Okay, so reproduction is not taken as some life processes. It is the characteristic feature of the living being. So, now you understand what actually life process is. Besides this, in introduction, you have to learn about the movement. What is movement? Movement is actually change in position with respect to time. It is basically of two types, that is visible movement and invisible movement. What is visible movement? All those movements or the change in position which we can see with unaided eye are known as visible movements, such as movements of body parts, running of the dog, flying of birds. These are the examples of the visible movement. Invisible movement are those changes in position which we can't see or observe with unaided eyes. They actually occur at molecular level, such as the entry of the nutrients inside the cell or the release of the waste from the brain or the diffusion of the oxygen inside the cell or the release of the carbon dioxide. We can't see it. In class 9, you learn about the diffusion. And in lower organisms, it is sufficient to meet their oxygen demand, whereas in the higher organisms, it is not sufficient. It will be explained with an example. If we have to move a molecule of oxygen from our toe to our lungs, it will take approximately 3 years' time. Don't you think it is long time? So you become Kumkaran or more than that. Here you have to know about one more thing, that is metabolism. Metabolism actually is the summation of anabolism and catabolism. So you will understand it like this way. What is anabolic process or anabolism? The process in which the simpler substance combine to form the complex one is known as anabolism or anabolic process. For example, photosynthesis. In photosynthesis, carbon dioxide combined with water in presence of sunlight with the help of chlorophyll and leads to the formation of the complex product that is nothing but a glucose. Yes, it is the example of the anabolic process. Whereas in catabolism, the complex substance is being broken down into its simpler form, such as in respiration, glucose is broken down into its simpler form. Now, time for in-text question. Page number 96 from NCERT. Question number 1. Why is diffusion insufficient to meet the oxygen requirement of multicellular organism like us? Diffusion is insufficient to meet the oxygen requirement of multicellular organism like us because of following reasons. Number 1. Diffusion is very slow process. Number 2. It is passive process. Number 3. Every living cell requires oxygen for performing cellular respiration, and in unicellular organism, single cell is in direct contact with its environment, whereas in multicellular organism, every cell may also get oxygen through the diffusion from the environment. This is not possible in complex multicellular organisms like human, and we know that only our respiratory system is in direct contact with the environment. Number 4. If we have to move a molecule of oxygen from our throat to our lungs, it is estimated that it would take approximately 3 years' time. Fifth, cell-to-cell diffusion is a very slow process, so it is insufficient to meet the oxygen requirement of multicellular organisms like us. Question number 2. What criteria do we use to decide whether something is alive? The following criteria we use to decide whether something is alive are: Number 1. Movement. Number 2. Consciousness. Number 3. Metabolism. Number 4. Growth. Number 5. Nutrition. Number 6. Respiration. Number 7. Transportation. And number 8. Excretion. Question number 3. What are outside raw materials used by an organism? The raw materials used by autotrophic organisms are: Number 1. Carbon dioxide. Number 2. Minerals. Number 3. Water. Number 4. Sunlight. Raw materials used by heterotrophic organisms, that is food. Last but not the least, the fourth question. What processes would you consider essential for maintaining life? Life processes of nutrition, metabolism, respiration, transportation, and excretion. So that is all about the in-text question. Now it's time for assertion and reason. Assertion. Even when we are not doing any activity, we need energy. Reason. A lot of metabolic activity is continuously occurring when we are doing any work. So what will be the answer? Can you think? It's B. Both assertion and reason are true, but reason is not the correct explanation of assertion. I have given MCQs and assertion and reason in my last video. Go through that. It will help you for upcoming examination.